Hello everybody, this is Steve from Old Boy Moto. G'day guys, you're probably wondering what all that was about. Well, the weather's been pretty cold. We're in the third week of spring up here in northeast Victoria, and I was planning to come up on the motorbike and do some camping and fishing, but yeah, we had snow down to about 500 metres last night. It's a beautiful day today. However, it's going to get cold again tonight. I thought it's a little bit extreme for an old boy like myself, so decided to get into four-wheel drive. I'm very blessed to have my son home to come up here on the Buffalo River to just drop a line in. It's just magnificent at the moment. We've had plenty of rain and the water's right up, so just thought I'd share that with you. It's a little bit different. You're probably expecting to see a motorbike and not a four-wheel drive with a trailer on it, but we're pretty well set up. We've got everything we need. We've got a couple of rooftop tents there that I use occasionally on that tradesman trailer. Plenty of firewood in the trailer. There's the truck itself is all decked out. I've got a fridge freezer in there and a cooker and a 90 litre water tank. And I thought I might just go over the vehicle and you can have a look at it and see what you think. So anyway, I'm going to put a little headpiece on so I can hold this camera and see if I float a couple of worms down, see if we can catch a fish. So we'll catch up with you soon, guys. Yeah, right, so I've had a few casts. Haven't done much good at all. I've found a few little whirlpools down there, but I've just left it sitting in there and it's sort of been sitting static, and I was hoping to get something out of that. But what I'm doing is I'm just sort of throwing it into the flowing water and letting it drift down. It's what fishermen call floating worms. Haven't had much luck. A bit disappointed because the water looks so inviting. I don't know whether you can see that, but I found a spot there where there's a bit of a whirlpool and it's just holding the floater and the worms static. It's just spinning around in one circle sort of thing, slowly. Occasionally you get that, a few whirlpools and stuff. Eventually it'll get picked up by the current again. Anyway, I might just finish it there on this section of the river and just work my way down, and then we'll get back to the four-wheel drive and you can have a look at what I get around in when we go camping. Yeah, so here's the vehicle. It's a 1999 MK Mitsubishi Triton. As you can see, I've set her up. It's on solar. It's got a 90 litre tank, water tank, hot and cold water, slide out cooker, angled fridge freezer. We've got an auxiliary battery that's 115 amp hour. That's a real ripper. The solar panels up the top. I've got a few drawers there and all that sort of stuff, but the best thing is I've even got the kitchen sink. And you can actually heat the water by circulating it through a little radiator that I installed in the engine bay. So you turn the engine on, turn the heater knob on, and it'll circulate your water. You can heat 90 litres of water and have a hot shower if you want. I can suck water out of the river, do all those things. Everything that opens and shuts, including the kitchen sink. There's a griller in there, 4-burner cooker. What I do is I plug those into the two sockets that are underneath here. I don't know if you can see that. And that's where the water comes out. So really it's an old vehicle, but this is the reason I've kept it, because I've got all this good stuff when we go camping. It's very handy. I've even got a tap at the front here that'll give you water whenever you want it under pressure. There's a little water pump that'll give you heaps of pressure even for a shower. There it is. Yeah, winch, ARB bull bar. Yeah, it's all pretty good. Cooper tyres on it, water tank filler, pole holder, yeah, the roof rack. I've got some nice LED lights throughout. There's LED lights under here and inside. It's pretty good. I've even got lights in the tent that we can run off an extension lead off that battery. It's a pretty good thing. Yeah, I don't mind the old girl. It's done nearly 300,000 Ks. I just did a major service on it. Put a timing belt on it and everything, so it's running as good as new. I just can't find any real reason to sell it. I mean, it takes quite a bit of effort to set up a vehicle like this, so it looks like it's going to be around for a long time, probably as long as me. So there you go. We'll battle on and see if we can catch a fish. Yeah, I've got my son with me, which is sitting over there, and he's a uni student. He's doing his study as well as trying to get a fish. Good luck with that. My son's just made a coffee, so I might go for a coffee before I just chuck another line in. This is a bit of luxury really, like having an espresso coffee, your favourite brand, in the middle of the bush, probably 100 Ks from anywhere. It's pretty good. So we're a bit spoiled, yeah, I know, but we love it. So yeah, I'll have this coffee and then we'll keep fishing. Yeah, we're back, guys. For the last 20 minutes I've been fixing a problem. The other rod I came down with over there, it just snapped off on me. I've never had anything like it happen. I got a bit of a snag and I pulled on it to try and remove it, and the top half of the rod just broke. That's put a bit of a damper on things because we've only got 2 rods between us now. So, well, we only had 2 rods between us, I meant to say, and now I'll just get this in and I'll run up and show you what happened. These are brand new rods. They're a good brand and all that, but it snapped right there. And that's really unfortunate. So the top half of the rod broke. So I've just got that rod sitting in the water with a static bait on a sinker. That's all it can be good for now, really. Yeah, that's a real bummer. Because in this sort of water, this is what we really should be doing, is floating the worms down with the current. Anyway, what's that term they use? Shit happens, and it has. So that's that. Anyway, we'll persevere and see how we go. We're going to give this a little bit longer down here and then have some lunch. And we're going to move down to another place now because we can't use the rod for its intended purpose. We may as well be just using sinkers. So anyway, that's that for now. Righto, we just packed her up and we decided, because they're not biting here, we're going to head up further up the track a little bit, try our luck there, and if we don't do any good, we're going to set up camp way back where we started from. See you soon. Yeah, so welcome back, people. I just thought I'd stop here. We were on the way up further from where we were camped before, where we were doing some fishing. And this is an old station out here. It's called Catherine Station, and that's the original house and shedding and so forth where they staged their cattle rounds, and I guess they lived here. And it was owned by the Beverages at the time, and yeah, there's a memorial here for a person by the name of Jack Beveridge, who was one of the Beverages that ran cattle up here. And the plaque says, "Whosoever casts a line in the buffalo or Catherine, his spirit will be standing beside them." There you go. So that's a very nice thing. And this is another little plaque that says, "In memory of Gary Hill, Hilly, sadly lost, September 1994. The hills of Catherine and Wanagata that captured your soul. May it roam the bushland for eternity from all who knew you. That's brilliant. And God bless them. God bless them both. So we're going to chuck a line in just here at the Catherine, and maybe we'll be able to feel Jack's spirit with us. Yeah, so we've just come down a little bit from Catherine Station, and there's a track down here that goes down to the river. I've just been for a walk to have a look. It looks pretty good, so we'll go down. Stay tuned. Yeah, so we're down on the flat near the Catherine River here, and it's just beautiful. Just along the river here. Just going to try and chuck a bit of a line in and see if I can catch a fish. I've just got my rod with me. My young bloke Carl decided he's going to study in the car. We've got a broken fishing rod, which is a real bummer, so we can only really do this one at a time, so things happen. Anyway, yeah, we're just lucky that the track wasn't too wet to be able to get down here. And the river just winds around everywhere. It's just beautiful. So I'll find myself a good spot to start, which is probably just over here somewhere, and we'll go from there. Just found a beautiful spot here, and this brings back memories. Actually, I can remember being here over 15 years ago now, and I was on my own, and the grass was very tall at the time, and I could remember just standing here and just in the long grass and doing what I'm doing now, just casting a line in, and I could hear some rustling like someone scrunching paper sort of thing just beside me, and I looked down and saw this thing. It was very thick. It was thicker than a Coke can sort of thing, about 4 inches thick. It was black, and it must have been pretty long because I saw only about a third of it, and that lasted a while as it went past, and it just moved away from me in the long grass. Very, very grateful nothing happened that day, because I'm about 120 k's from any help. Yeah, those sorts of things just get etched in your memory for some reason. Anyway, I'm having a go here. Not having much luck with the bites. Anyway, we'll give this a go and then keep moving down the river. Just thought I'd show you this little stretch. Beautiful little bit of river. It just winds around nice and gently. I'm just trying to float all the way around the corner here. It's like a little horseshoe bend. Yeah, it'd be nice to pull one out. Certainly the right scene for it, but we're not having any luck. Not any luck at all. You know, we'll get right up back there and then let it float down. Oh, I've got a little tug then. It would have been my imagination. Yeah. There's nothing like pulling the fish up on a slack line. Anyway, it's a treat being here. Yeah, so here we are. We've pulled out off the road. We're in a nice camping area here. It's just beautiful. It's really nice to have the toilet over there and everything. And we've set up a little bit, having a bit of lunch, and pulled out the fridge and all our gear and set up, and we're just about ready to go. We'll be camping here the night, having a nice bit of lunch. That's a roast lamb sandwich. This is Carl, my son. Just say good day, Carl. Hello. And so we'll leave you there. And back at the Catherine River, I had a few issues. with the camera and so forth, but I was very happy because I did actually catch a fish, and it's quite a nice little trout. It's about 350, 400 long, so it'll be just beautiful on the fryer tonight. It'll be really nice. So anyway, we'll have our lunch and we'll let you go. Cheers. Yeah, so we're at the Managum Campground, and even here we have waterless sanitizer. This has probably been installed because of the pandemic. That's pretty thoughtful. It's just a long drop toilet, and this is typical of you know, what's available in Victorian campgrounds. Pretty good. So anyway, I'm off to do a little bit of exercise. Camp's all looking good. I didn't do any good on the river, which is unfortunate. Yeah, they're just not biting at the moment. One thing I have noticed, there's no bugs around. It's just quite pleasant to be out here without the flies and the blowflies and everything else. No mosquitoes, and it's just indicative of the time of year. So enjoying this a lot, and I've decided that next week I'm going to jump on the Vstrom and go up to Catherine Station and finish a stretch of water that I was fishing there that I didn't get to finish. That'll be really good. And I'll take you along for that one. So this has probably just been a bit of a precursor to that one. Back on two wheels, can't wait. See ya. Yeah, so this is the Managum Campground, and it's quite a big one. And this is on the road that leads up to Wanangata Station and Catherine Station and all that from Myrtleford. Very nice. There's quite a few campgrounds like this. There's a few further back down the road, and there's just, you know, probably an acre or more. Plenty of good little facilities, you know. You've got a place to burn a fire. If you're lucky, you'll find some firewood, and there's a table. It's pretty good, well kept, and there's a drop toilet, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so back at camp, guys, I decided I need to have a little bit of a break from the fishing and just have some relaxed time. Yeah, look, it's been great. We're here in our second day. The weather's still good. It's quite warm at the moment. It's overcast, but very pleasant. So it's been a bit of an off-the-cuff trip, you know. And the sun came down from regional Victoria and met me up here, so I thought it was a good enough reason to see what the area was like after the winter. So I've decided that next week I will get on the Vstrom and I'll pack my gear up and head back up the Catherine River right out there. That seems to be where the fish are biting, so I'll do a day's fishing out there and then pop back here. It's a nice spot here to camp, set up camp, and probably spend a couple of nights or whatever. Again, pretty way to really good way to unwind actually, so it's good. Yeah, so appreciate you coming along on the trip, and please like, subscribe and share the videos. And we'll leave this one there and see you in the next one. I'm back on two wheels, the way it should be. Yeah, so take care, God bless, see you next time.